Hi everyone, it's me. Welcome to my first ever TBR video. This is my November TBR. I do want to address the elephant in the room. Yes, I have dark hair now. I will explain what happened here, but yeah, I am a dark-haired girly now. It's been a while since I have had dark hair, so I'm a little shocked when I see myself. I'll see myself in a mirror and I'll be like, who is that? But I'm getting used to it and I love it, so I hope you do too. For the next few weeks, just bear with me. You might see me flop from my old hair color to my new hair color, depending on what video you're watching, just for the next like 2-ish weeks or week and a half, just because of the order I have been filming my videos and releasing them, etc. But my hair is dark now. Okay? With that being said and all cleared out, let's get into my November TBR. I'm hoping to make this video kind of short and sweet because I will do a more thorough wrap up on all the books I read at the end of the month. First book on my November list is The Unmaking of June Farrow by Adrienne Young. I did briefly mention this in my October reading wrap up because I was already started that book when I filmed that video, but this is sort of a historical fantasy mystery, I would say. We follow a woman named June Farrow who lives in a small farming town called Jasper. At the beginning of the book, we are just kind of introduced to a couple of mysteries. There's some weird stuff happening with June's family, particularly the line of women in her family. There's also kind of a mysterious death in the town from a while ago that was never solved. And also there is a mystery regarding June's mother, who supposedly just vanished into thin air one day. So yeah, we have a couple of mysteries that are introduced to us and we go on to maybe solve them. There is a bit of magic in here, of course. It's a fantasy, but it's more of a like real world fantasy where we are set in a very believable real life small town, but then there's just like an essence of magic. So yeah, that is The Unmaking of June Farrow. Next book on my list is Emily Wilde's Encyclopaedia of Faeries by Heather Fawcett. First of all, how beautiful is this book? The reason I picked up this book is because of how it looked. I am not afraid to judge a book by its cover, and I fully did here. So I'm gonna be honest, I had to look up this book after I bought it to see like what the heck it was about. I just really liked the look of it. But this is a historical fantasy. We follow Emily Wilde, who is the protagonist here. She is a professor from Cambridge who studies fairies, or like the fair folk. We follow her as she visits the village of, I'm gonna pronounce this so terribly, Hransvik. She goes to a small Scandinavian village basically to study the fairies there because she is in the process of writing her own fairy encyclopedia essentially. And yeah, she befriends the people from this small Scandinavian village. She meets some fairies. There is some hint of maybe romance in this book. And then yeah, after I picked this book up and bought it and looked it up, I did get the impression from other people's reviews that this is a very cozy fantasy, so very good for fall, winter, in those cozy months where you just want to like cuddle up with a nice little book. That is the Encyclopedia of Faeries. This next book I have wanted to read for so long. I don't even want to show you the copy I have because the cover is really ugly, but it is Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. I am appalled at this cover. I unfortunately missed the train of like the first print where there was a more like typical fantasy looking cover. These are the reprints, so this is what I got stuck with, unfortunately. But yeah, Six of Crows, this is a very, very popular duology that I have just seen everywhere. And I've been wanting to read it for so long, and I actually bought this book a long time ago, but I just kind of got swept up in different series and things and books that took some time to get through, so I haven't been able to read this yet, but I'm hoping to get to this in November. So this is a YA fantasy. It is the first book in a duology. I've heard that this takes place in maybe a world that another series by Leigh Bardugo has written in, but I have not read any of her books, and I have heard that you can read this duology as a standalone, so I'm hoping what I've heard is right. I'm hoping I'm not like missing too much by not reading her previous series. We have a male main character here named Kaz, who comes across an opportunity to take part in a deadly heist, and if he succeeds, he will become so successful, rich beyond his wildest dreams. And so I don't know, apparently he takes it. That's really all I know about this book and the fact that so many people love it. I have also heard that there is amazing found family in this book, which I'm really excited about because I love the found family trope. I suck that all up. I'm really excited to get into this. Six of Crows. I'm gonna have to try hard to not look at the cover while I'm reading it though. This next book I have also wanted to read for a long time, and that is One for My Enemy by Olivia Blake. And this is another book that I bought a very long time ago, but just never got around to reading it. I have a very strange history with Olivia Blake. So the first book I read from her was the Atlas 6. It's actually on my shelf. It's like right there. And I was so torn about the Atlas 6 because the concept of it, the synopsis, the whole idea of the story really, really intrigued me, and I really wanted to enjoy that book, but I just didn't. So I actually didn't even go on to read The Atlas Paradox. That's the next book in the Atlas 6 series. I didn't even read that book. I was like, I just feel like I don't care to. But for some reason, I was like, I want to give this author another chance. I feel like I could really love this author. So I picked up Alone with You in the Ether because I read the premise of it. I thought it was gonna be really good. And then again, I didn't really love it. But for some dang reason, Olivia Blake is just like, I just keep getting drawn towards her, even though I haven't enjoyed a single book written by her so far. They intrigue me. They're so like up my alley, but then for some reason I haven't like fully been able to enjoy her books. I don't know what it is. Like, I don't have a problem with her writing style. I don't know. But that being said, I still wanted to give her another chance because I just have so much faith in Olivia Blake. I don't know why. I just really want to love her. So yeah, One for My Enemy. From the synopsis, this kind of sounds like a Romeo and Juliet type story. We are set in New York City. We have two feuding families. I think they're like witch families. Yeah, witch families. On one side, we have these ruthless, cunning, beautiful sisters. And then on the other side, we have like a crime boss brother family. And so yeah, these families have been feuding for years and years and years. And that is where our story begins. Sounds right up my alley. I really, really, really hope I like this one. One for My Enemy. Okay, this next book I don't have in my hands yet, but hopefully by the time this video goes live, I will have it in my hands. I might actually already be done reading it, but that is Iron Flame by Rebecca Yarros. I don't know if this book even needs an introduction. This is a new adult fantasy romance. The second book in a series. The first book was Fourth Wing. Literally blew up the internet this summer. So yeah, we follow our protagonist, Violet Sorrengail, who has been kind of forced into this war college by her mother. On paper, she is like the underdog. She is a small, petite person. She does suffer from some chronic illness that makes her joints weaker than the average person, so that gives her another disadvantage. And yeah, we have like slow burn enemies to lovers, spicy romance. We have these amazing like grumpy sassy dragon characters. And yeah, Fourth Wing, a lot of people kind of described as divergent with dragons. So if you're feeling kind of nostalgic for like that era, that like Divergent Hunger Games era, then Fourth Wing would totally be up your alley. And actually, as I'm filming this video, I am literally like rereading Fourth Wing. I started this reread last night. I feel like I don't even need to. I remember this story so vividly in my head because I already read it twice. But yeah, I'm just doing a reread, seeing if I catch any more details before I get Iron Flame, which I will be doing a reading vlog of. Hopefully I'll already be reading it by the time this video comes out. Literally my most anticipated book probably of the year. Next up on my November TBR is actually an ARC that I received, the Witchwood Knot by Olivia Atwater. I did receive an ARC, but this book does come out November 28th, I believe, so you could totally add this like to the end of your November TBR or to December. This is a gothic fantasy. We follow a governess named Winifred Hall who goes to the Witchwood Manor, and yeah, she is hired as the governess there to help take care of the little son who lives there. There are fairies in the story who apparently want to abduct the little boy, so Winifred needs to protect him at all costs, basically. She's kind of an expert on fairies herself, which is why she was hired for the job. And yeah, it's just like a Victorian Gothic fantasy fairy vibes type of thing. So those are the books on my official November TBR. That is only 6 books, and I can definitely read more than 6 in a month, but I just like to make my TBRs smaller than what I can actually read because I am very much a mood reader, and if I'm kind of working my way through my TBR and I'm like, hold on, I don't want to read that book right now, I like to be able to have that freedom to pick up another book that maybe wasn't originally on my TBR if I am in the mood for that instead. I did actually receive 3 books in a book of the month package yesterday though, so I might tack those on, and I'm just gonna show you what I got. The first book I got from book of the month is The Fragile Threads of Power by V.E. Schwab. I'm really excited to read this book. I read, what was it? The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. That's the only V.E. Schwab book I have read in the past, and I absolutely loved that book. Like, it's, where is it? It's up there. Loved everything about it, but I have not read another V.E. Schwab book. So I saw this on the book of the month library list, and I was like, yes. I am hearing now though, I'm kind of looking into it more, and apparently this takes place in a world or a universe that she's written in before. Like, there's a whole other series written in this universe. So now I'm kind of like, do I need to read that series first? I think it's Darker Shades of Magic or something like that. I don't want to read this if it's going to be made better by reading the other series first. So maybe I'll get to that one first. I don't know. Someone just started drilling outside, and I hope you don't hear that because that's annoying. But yeah, if you are a V.E. Schwab fan, if you have read her other books, please let me know if I need to read A Darker Shade of Magic before I get into the series. I also got None of This Is True by Lisa Jewell in my book of the month. This is a thriller, which actually would be really good to throw into the mix because I literally have all fantasy books in my November TBR, so maybe a nice thriller would be good. But yeah, this one is very interesting to me. I've heard about this a lot as well. This follows like a podcaster, I believe, who starts interviewing this random normal seeming person for her podcast and then starts to uncover some darker things. Yeah, I'm really excited to read this. And then my third book I got from book of the month, I know I kind of went wild, is What the River Knows by Isabel Ibanez. I am most likely saying that wrong. This is kind of a, what was it described as? Like a Death on the Nile meets The Mummy. It is a fantasy. That's kind of all I know about it, but it looked really intriguing to me. Really love the cover as well. Like, hello. Beautiful. I might also throw that into November if I have time. Anyways, yeah, that is my November TBR. So 6 official books and then maybe 3 other books I might throw in there. I also have some like little romance, like cutesy romance books that I might throw into the mix if I'm getting like really tired of fantasy, which is kind of unlikely because I love fantasy. But yeah, it's gonna be a jam-packed, exciting month. We have a lot of fantasy reads, as you saw, but yeah, again, I am a mood reader, so no promises regarding what I actually end up reading or not. That's it for now. I do just want to throw in a quick thank you to everyone who has been so supportive on this new book journey for me and my YouTube channel and for our community. I know this is kind of a big change to thrust on you guys as viewers who followed me for fitness originally, but while I am seeing that I'm getting a lot less views, which is very expected when I'm kind of doing this whole revamping of my channel, for those of you who are still opting in to watch, I am seeing the added support. I am seeing that there are more likes on my videos even if there are less views. I am seeing that, you know, you're leaving comments and we're having more of a discussion with each other, so I really am appreciating that, and from the bottom of my heart, like, thank you so much for sticking around with me. Still trying to figure out what I want to do, you know, like I want to stay on YouTube. I want to still be here with you guys moving forward with more book videos, more lifestyle vlogs. It's just going to be a lot more doable and like genuine feeling for me at this time in my life. So yeah, I really thank you for your support. Please continue if you are one of those people who are leaving a like when you normally don't or leaving a comment when you normally don't. I am seeing it, and yeah, I could not be more thankful. But yeah, I'm gonna leave that here for now. I will be releasing lifestyle vlogs as we go on. I will be doing an Iron Flame reading vlog, which I'm so excited about. But yeah, if you did like this video, please leave me a like and a comment. If you don't know what to comment down below, let me know a book that is on your November TBR. If you like me, subscribe, do that bell thing, and I will see you in the next one.